What's going on, my good friend? Welcome to another video. I really appreciate the suggestions, you guys. This one comes requested by you, Muddy Water by Ocean Alley. We're gonna hop right into this video. We're going to cover all the rhythms for this song today on part 1. For part 2, I'm going to add all the fills and all the solos. Alrighty, you guys, I really hope you enjoy, and if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications, and keep the channel alive, especially around this time that apparently YouTube is in trouble. Let's go. Alrighty, my good friend, to get started with this tutorial, make sure to be on standard tuning from top string to bottom string, E, A, D, G, B, E. You're not going to need a capo for this one, and we will need bar chords, however. So if you need help with bar chords, click on this card right here. It's going to show you a whole bunch of bar chords, then come back to this tutorial and put it all together. Let's get started with the intro. Alrighty, let's get started with the intro. For the intro, we're going to have an A minor shape. And for that one, we're going to start. Notice, first of all, that I'm going for finger style. So that means that I'm not going to be using my pick. Or although I have it right here, I'm not going to be using it. I do recommend that you choose your style properly. If you play this with a pick, then go ahead and use the pick. But if not, then try the finger style. Try something new, right? So we're going to start with the 5th and 4th string as a strum, and then we're going to strum the full chord from 5th all the way down. Alright, so short strum followed by long strum. Now we're going to have the 5th string open, followed by a hammer pull-off, which is going to occur right here on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, which is open string, followed by a hammer on the 1st string, and then we're going to pull it off, right? Okay, but we're going to do that while keeping the A minor shape. So we're going to have the strum, strum, bass, hammer pull off, 3rd string, 4th string. Okay, one more time. Now we're going to add your 4th finger to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, followed by the 1st finger on the 1st fret, right where it belongs, right there for the A minor shape on the 2nd string. And then we're going to have the 3rd string on the 2nd fret, which is already being held by your 3rd finger. Okay, so you're going to have all together slow motion. And that's your first shape. Your second shape is going to be a variation of this A minor. All we're going to do to that A minor is add a G on the 3rd fret of the 6th string with your 4th finger. And then immediately right after that, we're going to be playing the same bass by itself, followed by the 2nd and the 3rd string at the same time. So you're playing bass, bass again, and then 2nd and 3rd string. Now to put that into the actual rhythm, you're going. Okay? Now your 3rd shape is going to be an F major shape, and it's going to start with the root on the 1st fret of the 6th string right here. And we're going to play that together at the same time with the 2nd and the 3rd string at the same time while holding the chord. Okay? Followed by bass by itself, which is string number 6 all alone. And we're going to follow that with the 2nd and the 3rd string together. As part of the rhythm, it would go. Now we're going to play this a total of 3 times in a row. It's going to go 3 times. On the 4th time, there's going to be a slight variation. Everything is going to be exactly the same for the A minor, but when you go to the G, it's going to go B and straight to the F. It's going to go. So notice that I'm kind of cutting a few little things out of the way so I can get between the A minor with the G to the F chord a little bit quicker. All right, so remember, 3 repetitions of the first progression, the last progression changes a little. Now for the verse, we're going to have exactly the same progression that we just played for the intro, but we're going to make one tiny alteration to it, which is going to be playing the first chord, the A minor. We're still going to have the A minor with G, and the F in the same order, but we're going to have a strum at the beginning. 2, 3. We're going to do the same bass hammer pull-off, which is third and fourth string after the hammer pull-off. But this time, we're going to leave this out. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Long strum, 2, 3. That's the only difference between the intro and the verse. Now you're going to keep repeating that until we get to the first chorus. Let's do that. For the chorus, we're going to have an F major shape followed by an A minor shape. Okay, and the rhythm for that is going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Back to the F. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay? Write that down, memorize it. It's going to help you out a lot. Now, it's going to be a total of 3 repetitions between the F major and the A minor. On the last one, we're going to have F major and E minor. Okay? So all together. 1, 2, 3, and that last one is going to be where we change to the next portion. But once you finish that E minor with the rhythm, which is exactly the same one as the A minor, we're going to end that by giving one strum on F. And that's where you're going to hear the piano, organ, play those triads, and then it's going to switch right back. Now, the next portion is going to be the bridge. The bridge is actually, I'm not going to do any little cutscene because the bridge you already know. It's going to be one repetition of the intro, but the one that repeats with the shorter portion, not the longer. So it's going to be the very first thing that you learned for this tutorial. Right after the chorus, we're going to go. And that's it. Right after that slight little bridge, you're going to go back to verse number 2. Verse number 2 is exactly the same as verse number 1. So if you need it, go back. Verse number 1 and verse number 2 are exactly the same. From there, we're going to move to the second chorus. Now, the only difference between the first and the second chorus is that we're going to give it an extra repetition to what we just played. So instead of just doing this, end it there, we're gonna give it another round, baby. Okay, so once you finish that portion right there, it's going to be the second chorus, which is going to repeat 2 times. We're going to have the solo come into play. The solo is actually pretty cool, and I'm going to cover that on part 2 because this is part 1, right? So for this solo, or not the solo, but the rhythm that goes behind the solo is going to be your A minor shape, the A minor with the G, and the F, and we're only going to play each one with one strum. The solo is going, but the rhythm guitar is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice that I did 2 beats on the second shape and 2 beats on the third shape. And the first shape has a total of 4 beats. And that's pretty much it, okay? The next part is going to be a little bit different. Let's check it out. Right after the solo, there's going to be a portion that is going to be just the bass. But since it can't be done on the guitar, let's do it. So it's going to go 5 A's, which is going to be open string on string number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to have string number 6 open, followed by 3 Gs on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And then we're going to have 1 F on the 1st fret of string number 6. A. Now that's going to repeat 3 times just like that. On the 4th time, we're going to do okay? That's going to be A 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the same string, number 5. And then we're going to play a 1 E open on the 6th string. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're counting to 3 with triplets a total of 4 times. Okay? And notice that I'm releasing the finger slightly when I play it to give it that choppy, short feel. So when you put all 3 or 4 repetitions together, it would go. Okay, now let's jump into the outro. For the outro, you can clearly hear that the guitars are focusing on the lead and doing the solo. And the bass is the one that's going. Okay, so that's the bass is actually taking over that part. But again, we're not just going to sit there and wait for part 2, right? We're going to do something with this part. So instead of playing just the bass notes, we're going to be playing C major on the open position. Now, we're going to be playing a B, which is going to be the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. But then we're going to move the 4th finger to the 3rd fret right here, playing a D on the 2nd string. And then we're going to have A minor. Okay, so let's go up to there. C, B with D, and then A minor. For these ones, we're going to do 4 strums up and down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. From there, we're going to have the A minor shape, and we're going to put the 4th finger on the G. And we're going to play the same strums. And then we're going to go to the F. Now, the bass does a few notes that kind of fluctuate back and forth between the E open and the F. But since we're going to stick to the guitar, we're just going to play an F at the end, okay? And it's going to go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now for this part in specific, you have full range. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, this is my interpretation of the song. So do good with it, but don't forget to improvise, to listen to it yourself. And if you hear something a little different, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Alrighty, you guys. I really hope that this video helped you out up to here. There's going to be a part 2 where I'm going to cover all the fills and all the solos. So I'm going to see you then. But if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, check out the social medias, and I'll catch you later.